Good afternoon. My name is Lorrie. Welcome to my channel. We are quilters. Nug is here to help me as he is every Friday. I don't call him in. He just seems to know that it's his time to be on the camera. He looks so much bigger because he's closer to the camera. So today is Blabfest Friday, where I talk about all kinds of interesting things. First of all, let me mention that the UFO I talked about for the month of April is still sitting in the pile, just waiting for some attention. That's why it didn't get attention to begin with, because I was not personally motivated to finish that project. So there it sits. My big project for this week was getting a pair of overalls done for my great niece. My son designed a shop sign for my brother-in-law that matches the big patch. So he designed it and he had it on a computer file. He sent it to the company that was printing the big sign, and they don't have it up yet at Pop's shop. My brother-in-law does car restorations for old cars. So they had a pair of overalls, mechanics overalls, for my almost 3-year-old niece. And I was working on turning the digital file from the sign into a digital file for the embroidery machine and then stitching it out. And somewhere in that process, I discovered that the foot had come loose on the embroidery machine. And I learned, after having that embroidery machine for 5 years, I learned that you could tighten the foot. So that was a learning process, but it turned out so cute. And I hope to have pictures for you in the near future of Sadie wearing her little overalls that say Sadie on one side and Boss on the other. And everybody got a good chuckle over the caption on there. That was the biggest project, I think, for the week. Another project was finishing those February weather blocks. There were 6 travel blocks, and they have a lot of little pieces. What did I do to myself? Well, one of the blocks I showed you last week, it had a mistake. I was going to, in good conscience, I was just going to let it the way it was, because it look cute, and they're fairly busy blocks. No one would know but me. But then I told all of you, and so I had to fix it. So I took it apart, and I sewed one of the rows on upside down. So I had to take the row back off, because I had to pick it down to almost individual blocks to fix the first mistake, because it was a doozy. But now it is all fixed up, and the next one went well, and it's the way it should be. And then I got to the third one, and when I cut the triangle with the 2 colors, I flipped it upside down. So it has a mistake that I am not willing to go cut more fabric to fix it. And I learned, pay attention to what you're doing. That's what I learned from that. It looks good. This one is my favorite one, this last one that I finished today. So all of the February blocks are done. Here they all are. Tomorrow I will rearrange them on the board, and I should have them assembled by the next Blabfest. So you can see February. And I'm going to just attach them right to January, and we'll see what we get. It should be interesting. My sister, she is so funny. For Easter, my sister got me a toy sewing machine at Rose's in Ocean City, Maryland, where she lives near there. So she paid, it says $9.99 on the box. And I just had to take it out of the box to see if it really did work. And it does. It has such a big safety guard on it. It says 3 years plus on the box. I don't even know how you would thread this except for taking off the needle guard, but it does sew a chain stitch. So I just had to laugh because the antique sewing machine that I took to her house in the fancy case with the wheat carvings on the front, I paid $5 for it at a yard sale. It's an antique. It uses a bobbin with a shuttle, the shuttle race, the long skinny bobbin, and the vibrating shuttle. Yeah, I paid $5 for that at a yard sale, and she paid twice as much for the toy machine that it broke the thread when I used 2 layers of real fabric. It came with this plasticky woven stuff like shopping bags are made out of. So it was fun. It has a light on it. It was fun. I had great fun playing with it, and I'm sure that my great niece and my granddaughter will have fun playing with that too when they get to be a little bit older. So that was a fun thing to find in my Easter basket while we were visiting at her house. I I really need to get busy. Next topic. I need to get busy on the mystery block. It's the murder mystery I told you about way back in beginning of January. I really need to get those pieces, the block for March done. I got the pattern on the 15th of March, so I've had it for quite a while, and I need to take care of that tomorrow. I I can't wait to show you all the quilt at the end. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to do that. I can't show you the blocks, I don't think, but I can show you the quilt at the end. And the last thing, while I was, and you can see it behind my head, while I was looking around for topics to fill in things that I crossed off the list to talk about, I came across some bins. I had switched some bigger bins into the storage space that these bins took up. And I haven't looked through these bins. These bins are going to make a trip to Michigan, and they are going to hold my fabric for my small sewing space, because space is at a premium there, and I just need some smaller things there. So I started thinking about what is in that stack of boxes. And the first bin that I opened up had this mystery medallion. And I looked at it and I thought, wow, I don't remember finishing this. In the folder it says 2013, and it is from Patchwork Times. I didn't look to see if Patchwork Times still exists or not, but it was a free block of the month. Well, it's a medallion quilt, so it wasn't a block. It was really like the surrounding border. And I picked what colors that my friend was told when she was in an art class in college. Purple and orange are garish. So I picked colors that I like. I like them a lot. But I guess by some people's standards, they are considered garish. So here is the quilt finished behind me, and it's rather large. It's good size. The center, and it has log cabin borders, and it's got square and a square, and it's got pinwheel stars. It's a very nice little quilt. So I showed it to my husband, and he was like, "Ooh, I like that. That's a lot of purple." I don't know if I ever showed it to him. I know my sewing friends have seen it, but I don't know if I ever showed it to him. And look what else I found in this box. We'll get into this next week. I found a Lorrie Holt Bees in My Bonnet row by row bag of stuff and patterns to go with it in a folder. So we'll look at I don't think this one is done. I think the rows might be done. So I'll put that up on the board for next week because I'll have the weather blocks out of my way. So next week, you come dig in those mystery boxes that are stacked there on the cart, and we'll see what we can see. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday at Upskill Monday. Bye.